Most people aim for nothing and hit it with amazing accuracy. I would say almost 100%. And chances are you're tired of going through that. You want some direction, you want some purpose, you want some significance in the life that you're living. Well, I firmly believe that you get what you measure. And if you're not measuring any milestones or progress and you have set timelines for that, then you really don't know if you're on track or not, or if that your plan is even aligned with the things you value. So I've developed a tool called Measure It to Make It. Because if you want to make the life that you've always dreamed of living happen, you have to have ways of measuring it to know that you're on the right track. So go to beyondtherut.com/goals. There you can download a free tool called Measure It to Make It. It'll guide you through the whole process of identifying what matters most to you. So one more time, that website is beyondtherut.com/goals, and go design the life that you want to live beyond the rut. Take care.
Beyond the Rut.
Where do we send the royalties?
That is done. It's yours.
Welcome to Beyond the Rut, the podcast about helping you get unstuck in the areas of faith, family, fitness, finances, and future possibility, with the hopes of inspiring and equipping you to make your own path and live the life you've always dreamed of beyond the rut. I'm your host, Jerry Dugan, and right now I'm coming to you live from Podcast Movement 2021 in Nashville, Tennessee. This is an annual conference that has thousands of podcasters coming together on a regular basis. In fact, annually, because it's an annual conference. What am I thinking? And from here, we get to see the latest equipment that's out there, headphones, mixers, microphones. In fact, I'm on a really nice microphone right now that there's no way my wife will let me just go out and buy it because it's expensive. It's nice. Hopefully it sounds nice to you, and I sound like I'm in a radio studio because that's what HubSpot has set up here. So HubSpot got into the game of podcasting, and they built a podcasting network. But that's not why we're here today. What we're going to talk about today is the 5 F's to help you build a purposeful life, to have that balance, and live the life you've always dreamed of beyond the rut. With that said, the 5 F's, what are they? You may have heard me say it. In fact, I said it in the intro. Faith, family, fitness, finances, and future possibility. So each of those pillars or circles in your life need to be working well for you to truly be in balance and feel fulfilled and just come to wherever it is you are as a whole person. And I'm going to just take some time to break down each of those F's so that you can take some stock of where you are today, what's working well, what's not, and then from what's not working well, what do you need to start doing, stop doing, or keep doing? So if you're ready, let's dive right in. Here we go. So the first one I mentioned, faith. Now, these happen in order, but then they're also kind of sandwiched with a purpose. So when it comes to faith, now for myself, I come from a Christian background, so my faith is in Jesus Christ and God. For you, that may not be the case. You may not be a Christian. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying you must switch over now or unsubscribe. No, that's not it at all. You may have a higher purpose, a higher calling. Maybe you're spiritual, maybe you're not. Maybe that higher calling, your faith, is in making the world a better place. Maybe that's reducing poverty or hunger, whatever it may be. You've got a calling on your heart to make the world a better place, to be the change that you want to see in the world. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about faith. There is just a belief you've got that things can be made better, that things will be better, that there's a bigger purpose for your life, whatever that may be. The second thing is your family, as well as your relationships, your friendships, and so on. So when it comes to family, marriage for me was a big thing. I grew up in a home that was torn apart by divorce when I was 11 years old, and that led to attempted suicide by my father. My mother had a second marriage that failed miserably, and it actually really warped her trust in others, especially when it came to her love life. I'm not going to dive into that too much, but when we talk to men of various ages, predominantly in their 30s and 40s, some of the biggest struggles they have is their family life. You know, they don't have enough energy to plug in with their kids. Maybe they don't quite connect well with their spouse like they used to when they were dating. Maybe they come home from work and they're just too tired out, and there's frustration there because, you're the husband in the family, you're the father, and how are you not plugging in with the kids and coming to their events and so on? And then you start to feel guilty. So our show talks a lot about how can you strengthen your marriage, strengthen your presence in the lives of your kids, and improve your communication skills. And that's one of the things we've aimed to do over the years. So as we've shared stories with you over the years, we also try to get our guests to share some of their own family story as well. So as they're pursuing their dream, how are they including their family in that? And so that's something we often hope to incorporate into our episodes. And we've even done in the past, we've done a 10-part series on strengthening marriage. And I'll put the link to that episode in the show notes of this episode. The other thing that we look at in the center of it all is fitness. And it's not just physical fitness, because if you've seen pictures of me, you can see that I tend to put on some pounds and I take some off and then I put them back on. And so when it comes to weight, I am up and down like a roller coaster, like the steel eel at SeaWorld, if you've been in the SeaWorld in San Antonio. That's not important. What is important, it's not just physical fitness that matters. You want to take care of your body, because the longer it's around, the longer you could do your work, the longer you can connect with your family, pour into your children, your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on. Or if you don't have a family in that respect, you can pour into the lives of others. So the healthier you are physically, the longer you can be around, the better. And the other parts of fitness also go with mental fitness, building resilience, building up that self-talk that pumps you up rather than tear you down. And also on top of that, to give you hope, to give you confidence, because those are the things that are going to open doors for you and the things that are going to get you through those tough seasons. So fitness is not just physical, but also mental, / emotional. And then, kind of getting back to the faith piece, your spiritual fitness as well. Now, after that, so as you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind, your emotions, the fourth F, is your finances. The number one argument in marriages happens to revolve around money. So how do you reduce that? You learn to have conversations around money, your finances. With the income you have coming in, how do I manage that better until the next paycheck? And how do I manage my paycheck to go from paycheck to paycheck into something where you have cash reserves? You can now leave a job you hate to go pursue a dream that you have on your heart and have had on your heart, to create a side hustle, if you will, so that you can transfer from that job into the side hustle to become your full-time thing. So finances are a big part. When we talk to folks who are not pursuing their dreams, and why are they working in a job they hate or two jobs they hate? It often comes down to finances. So we'll have folks on this show that talk about how to manage your money, how to invest your money, how to save your money, how to eliminate things that you just don't need to have and you don't realize they're even there, because those are the little things that are keeping you from pursuing your dream. Why don't you leave your full-time job to pursue your passion full-time? Chances are it's because you don't have 6 months of living expenses saved up. And we come across that all the time. Or why do you stay in the job you hate instead of switching over to another job? I have these insurmountable debts that I can't get away from. And so then what's your plan around that? So finances are a very important thing. But then I also mentioned earlier that finances are the number one thing that couples fight about. So from there, how do you have conversations with your spouse about money? How do you get on the same page? And so that is something that ties in with the family relationship, is the finance piece. And then the last part is your outlook on future possibility. So do you believe that the world can be a better place, that your job, your career can be better, higher, more impactful? Do you have the belief that your family relationships can not just be happy and joyful and build memories, but can your family now become something that changes the world in the next generation, the generation after that, and so on? So what kind of legacy is being built through your family, through your fatherhood, and the partnership you have with your spouse, or co-parent if you're in a broken home, a divorced family? And so there's that, the future possibility. And then the way we've got it organized, dead in the center is your fitness. So your emotional health, your physical health, your mental health are very important, because when those are set and focused on, you get that boost of confidence. You get that assurance that things are going to be good. And then you look just one layer outside of those, family and finances, because the finances really should be there to support your family and the goals and dreams that you and your family have together. And so that's really why those finances exist primarily. And then once you get some good finances going, that good finance state in your lives, you can now really be supported by the two outermost F's, your faith and your outlook on future possibility. Those two go hand in hand, because if you're going to have a positive outlook on the future, you got to have faith. And that's why I talked about it at first. Faith is important. That belief that things can be better, that you can change, that you not only can change yourself, but you can then change the world. And that is huge. For that, it's not just faith in the here and now, but faith in things that'll be better down the road. So that is the 5 F's. If you have those 5 elements in your life going, I've heard other folks refer to those as pillars. I've heard of them referred to as circles, whatever you want. I call them the 5 F's because it's probably easier to trademark that way. But it's faith, family, fitness, finances, and future possibility. Now, I've never really taken the time to break it down that much, but I wanted to take some time right now because I scored this really cool booth at Podcast Movement. I mentioned that when I first started here, and I actually had to trim it from the introduction because it was just too much too soon. But yeah, HubSpot Podcasting Network is sponsoring these 2 free booths where I can just come in and record live, and I'm loving it. I'm playing on these Shure microphones. I'm actually in geek heaven right now when it comes to podcasting, and I just wish I snagged somebody soon enough to become a guest. But you're going to hear a couple more episodes from this event, because as I run into some great folks at this event, I'm going to see if they have some time. I brought my own recording equipment with me, and we're going to record some episodes as well. So there you have it. Now, I just want to hear from you. So email me at info@beyondtherut.com and let me know, where are you struggling in those 5 F's? Do you want to get better in your faith life? Family? The other 3. Gosh, what a time to draw a blank right there, right? Like I just talked about faith, family, fitness, finances, and future possibility. And as I'm trying to sum it up, I just go, I forgot. So there you have it. Those are the 5 F's. Email me info@beyondtherut.com and just let me know, where are you struggling? Or if you want to celebrate, I want to celebrate with you. So still email me info@beyondtherut.com and let me know, what are some of the things you've done to strengthen your faith life, your family life, your fitness, finances, future possibility. Maybe you're a professional listening in on this and you just want to share something that was a big aha for you and you want to share it with others, but you don't want to go through the trouble of having your own podcast and you got enough in you for one episode. Email me. All right. You want it again? Yeah. info@beyondtherut.com. There you have it. Now, that's all I've got for this week's episode. Now, the best way you can actually support this show, if you liked everything you just heard here, in fact, whether you liked it or not, you liked it. You liked it. You know you liked it. So I'm laughing at my own jokes. How dorky. What I'd like you to do right now is whatever app you're listening to this episode on right now, it has a share button. So what I'd like you to do is hit that share button and send this episode to one person, maybe 2 people, but at least one person that you know personally, and say, hey, I just listened to this episode. It gave me some clarity on the different circles in my life that need to be in balance for me to live a happy, fulfilled life. And check it out. He's going to talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, and future possibility. Now, that was a long thing. So you take that whole thing I just said, make it 1 sentence, maybe 2, and introduce this episode to that person. Hopefully it helps them out. If not, well, you gave it a shot. It's up to them to listen, and it's up to them to apply it to their own lives. So we're not in the business of making you force people to change, but we just put some information out there, and if they apply it, great. If not, that's okay too. Now, I'm glad you joined me this week, and there's going to be more information in here in the show notes at beyondtherut.com/268. That's right. I'm going to publish this right away just for you. beyondtherut.com/268. And there you'll find some links to other episodes that I just referenced here. Some of the great interviews that kind of touch on each of those 5 circles, those 5 F's. And there you have it. So this has been fun. I am going to keep podcasting into the year, into the new year, 2022. And I'm just looking forward to the things I'm learning at this conference, the things I'm going to do to adjust the message of Beyond the Rut, and how I'm going to tighten up that message for you and address some of the things that you're looking to solve or overcome in your life. And I think it's just time we do that. We're still going to bring you great stories. We're going to bring you inspiration through these stories. We're still going to bring some practical advice, but we're going to do a better job of tightening up those messages so we get to the point. so that the stories that are being told don't drag on, that they actually hit you with those moments of inspiration. Like, yeah, I can relate to that. I've gone through that. And thank you. This was so valuable to me. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to do some more editing, make the episodes shorter, shorter, concise, same thing, right? Sort of. Shorter can be concise. I'm just rambling now. I don't want to leave this booth, guys. This is such a cool booth. I wish, I'm going to take a selfie because this thing is just so awesome. So we're going to do that. But again, thank you for listening. Go to beyondtherut.com/268. And then on top of that, share this with one person. There you go. And then email me, info@beyondtherut.com. Tell me about a success you've had in one of those 5 Fs or a struggle you're having in one of those 5 Fs. And we'll put together an episode just for you. With that said, go live life beyond the rut. Take care.